Hello everyone. This is Brainiac FX. So I'm trying to share the idea between my ICT trades and my smart money concept trade. The ICT is taking on gold, and the smart money concept is taking on EURJPY. Right? Some of my community members took GBP USD, Euro USD. They all made money as well. I'm going to go straight into the analogy between the ICT concepts and the smart money concept. I trade ICT concept probably 2 years or more than a year ago, and I trade gold as well. But I stopped trading with ICT concept and I stopped trading gold. But today I tried to see if I can remember what ICT talks about, because I did like ICT, and the way you can look at price without looking at the all other blocks of a thing, just price and your naked chart, right? So now, when a lot of people think ICT is talking about other blocks, he said it himself. I think that was 2 years ago when I was watching his videos. He said that you don't have to look at other blocks. Everybody thinks other blocks is what is a strength of ICT. No, it's understanding where price might be drawn to, which side of the market we have the liquidity lying below. And to smart money concept traders, we think uh liquidity is equal highs, equal lows, trend line, right? No, I still talks about you looking at buy stops and sell stops, right? Old lows and old highs and stuff like that. So when you know this, you will be able to understand the side of the market, where exactly is the market moving into. So I try to incorporate that to see if I can remember what ICT talks about on the gold, right? So today I took this trade on gold, and I made money, and I sent the evidence of trade to my free Telegram community. After these recordings, I'm going to also show it in these recordings to you guys that I did enter this trade and I did execute this trade, right? So when ICT talks about liquidity, it didn't talk about equal highs, equal lows. It talks about hold highs and hold lows, sell stop and buy stops, right? So when you look at this, right, what you first see is that you can see first sell from here, fail sell from here, fail sell from here, sell from here, sell from here, right? That tells you that there's a kind of resistance here, right? So you can see, even without anybody telling you, that we have some sort of resistance here, right? We have some sort of resistance here. And this is what retail referred to as selling pressure, and which ICT go against. That is nothing like selling pressure, buying pressure. It's just algorithm doing its things, right? So above this retail selling pressure, which is the resistance, there is what? Buy stops. Why do they say buy stops? But they believe there's a pressure of sellers in the market. So when we start to break above that pressure, they believe there is going to be a continuation of buy to the upside. So what did they do? So that they would not miss their trade, what the retail do here, they place buy stops limits, right? They play buy stops orders, right? So in case markets shoot up, they get tagged into their position and they want to ride it buy. So this is the stops we are using as liquidity. Also below the old low, what we have? Sell stops, because you can see that beneath this low, there are going to be a lot of traders who are the sell stops, that in case market goes lower, they will get tapped in and continue the sales. And if you look at this, you can see another fraction of retail supports, meaning if price go below this support, they will be looking for sales, right? So this is what ICT talks about, knowing where you are in price and what price can do, just looking at the chart. So what we want to see is a rate, which is top rate, Judas swing, right? So when we see market tweak out the stops, what can you see? You see an LD candle break above the stops. So when we see a break above the stops, the retail tell themselves, yes, there's a close above that stops. Stop looking at the time frame. It can be on any time frame. It can be 1 minute, it can be 2 minutes, it can be 1 hour, right? This is just the logic behind it, right? It talks that you see this LD candle. What does retail say? They say that we have an LD closure, and this is literally a stop on, a stop rate, or a Judas swing, and you start to see markets closing below that. Now you see this movement closing below that. We've taken out this red, right? So where is the stops again? The sell stops. Buy stops has been taken. Sell stops is now the next target, right? So when we are looking at the sell stops, where can we assume price to go? Where can we anticipate for price? We can anticipate price here to clear these lows right there. Sell stops, sell stops, sell stops, and finally the last low, which is our old low. So ICT talks about you looking at a criteria and how you can train your eyes to see all this, right? So when the market starts to sell, we created this, and this is where ICT talks about shifting market structure and breaking market structure, which is a misconception by most ICT traders. There's a difference between what he said, shifting market structure and breaking market structure. So shifting market structure is literally the tendency of price to start to give you an intent for price to do the opposite of what has been happening before. Let's say market is buying, and the moment we have a shifting market structure, you can see that markets can intend to then sell. So a breaking market structure is a overall structural break in the markets, but a shifting market structure can just be a short-term trade against the original trend. So when we created this low right there, you can see for yourself, when we created this low, this red candle, you can see right there, market pushed the upside, right? You can see these blue green candles to the upside. So when we trade to the upside, what can we see? We see an impulsive movement to the downside. So that is exactly where we have a shifting structure, right? We can see market took out this low right there. So when we took out this low, we start to see market sell lower, right? When we sold lower, what did we leave? We leave some form of imbalance, right? We see some form of imbalance in the market, right? So as soon as we have a shift in market structure, we can then start to anticipate what a return back into some of imbalance to continue and participate in that trade to take out what sell stops. Don't forget, we've taken out buy stops. Where exactly are we looking at to take? Sell stops, right? So when you have that we are taking sell stops, you start to anticipate that price is going to trade back into that. So where are we trading into? Imbalance. And this is where you want to participate. This is where you want to get involved. Now we are not looking at other blocks. We are just looking at price. We are not trading other blocks. We're just looking at price and where exactly can we trade into. So when I see this, I know I can start looking for sales. Now, this is what ICT talks. I will say it in his terms. He said, at first, when you are new to this, when you start to see market trade higher, right, from this, you would be surprised to say, oh, I can do this. I can take this, because you assume price might seek more buys, because you can see we have higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, and you can say, okay, now we want to create a new higher high. No, price, we always want to seek for liquidity. That's the way the algorithm works, right? That is where the algo works, right? So when you see this, price tap back into that. Where is your target? The sell stops, and your hold low, right? I'm going to show you an MT4 entry of this before we move to the EURJPY trade. Hold on for me to show you that. So most of these trade are trade I took today, right? It's not gimmicks. I'm not telling you what I don't take. They are trades I take today, and I send an evidence of trade to my free telegram to see that I did take the trade, right? So when you look at this right here, the gold trade I took, you can see this is the entry, right? This is the target. First sell stops taken, right? We took out that step stop, right? And this is my entry right there. Where am I looking to target? I'm looking to target this low right there, which is my target for the day. I got in right here and I target the low. That is the evidence of trade for you. This is the MT4 entry. This is MT4 entry, right? So let's go to EURJPY trade again, right? So that you also will learn from that. Okay, On EURJPY, it's smart money concept now, not ICT, right? This is for smart money concept. The go trade is for ICT. Now, since I trade smart money concept, I will give you an insight to how I see the trade and how I got involved in the trade for the day, right? I don't trade every time. I'm not a trader that we want to impress the community and say, okay, I'm using my replay tool to get involved in trade for you to see. No, I won't do that for you. I won't do that because I won't paint a picture of what I don't do to you. I will only show you what trade I took, right? The only trade I execute, right? So on this trade, I'm going to run down a quick analogy. The conversation I had with the mentorship community about this trade, right? So smart money concept, we literally look at other blocks and level of supply or level of demand, which ICT does not look at, right? So if you look at this, before this move, which I did have a conversation with my community on Monday, let's go to the 1 hour, you would see what I saw, right? So you can see this, right? You can see this, right? This is a supply level we are looking at from. So you would see now, for the smart money concept, I'm talking about supply, but for the ICT, I'm not talking about supply because ICT does not teach supply and demand, right? It just talks about price movement, right? So, and on naked charts. But now we are back into smart money concept. We see this supply and we see this imbalance, right? The first reaction of the imbalance for me is most times I see them as what? Inducement. So when price tap into this, but yet to fully tap into my main area of supply, which is my point of interest for sales, I see that as inducement. And what was I looking for on Monday? I was looking to take a buy position. From where? From where? Which I sent to my mentorship, but we did miss that by a pip. We are trying to take a buy from where to take out this, inducement before we tap into our true POI. But then the buy was missed by a pip, which was painful, right? So again, let's go to what I took for today. As soon as we took out this I knew that we are coming into our true POI. Now, what happens when we get into a true POI? So let's go to the 5-minute time frame. So as market tap into a POI, what do I see? Right, I'm going to share you all this conversation I have in my mentorship community, and you understand my thought process, right? You see that we have imbalance here. We had this imbalance right there. We tap into our true POI. Now, most smart money traders would see this. Okay, now we have a sell. And what do we see here? We see other blocks, which most smart money traders might want to do, right? They see this other block and they want to get involved, right? They want to get involved. There is a writing here. I said, waiting for this to fail. What am I waiting for? For this imbalance to be completely closed and price to sell lower, right? And where is the low? Structure perspective, you see that we have this low that break above this high. So definitely this low led to this high. So if I'm going to take a sell, this low has to be broken, right? Because the lows fails to break, price tap into an imbalance to rebalance that. I said I was not interested in a sell because we have failed to close below this level, right? And I know most smart money traders are getting involved in this trade and they want to have their stop loss right above that. But look at what happened, right? The get round of the positions, right? So as soon as they get round, we created a new what? A new high, lower time frame high, right? Where is the high? This one right there, which is when I start to get interested. And I'm going to show you that conversation with my mentorship community, right? So this is it. High has been run. Where is the low that ran the high? This right there, this low. You can see this is the only red candle within this bullish blue candle, right? The only red candle that you have within this bullish blue candle. So when that happens and we start to see this break, right? Let's go straight into that. So when that happens and we start to see this break right there below that structure, so I knew we are likely to sell. This is free content. you can go on your MT4 and look at this, back test on your own and see what I marked out here. There is a line here and I got marked out. So we took out these buy stops, right? Liquidity. Where? And where is the next sell stops? This low right there, which is my target, which is where I'm looking at to take profit from. So there is a reaction that I took from here. Do the back testing yourself. This is the 5 minutes. You can go as low as 1 second, 2 seconds, whatever time frame you want to get to know what I reacted out from here. So this is my entry here. As soon as we took out this low, we had a change of character, which is synonymous to what smart money ICT called what? Market shifts, right? Not break the market structure, but market shifts, right? So as soon as we have the market shift, which is a change of character for us in smart money concepts, price tap into a level which I had mapped out, and we start to see a sell. So what gave me the confidence is that we are going to look at this low. This low is going to be run, right? This low might likely be run, and this low will be run, right? So this is my suggestion when price break low from this leg, right? So as soon as price break low, I was waiting to take a re-entry here, which does not happen. It didn't come back to that zones, but I got in entries right there, and my target was basically here, which was a 13-hour trade. And I'm trying to make this video short so that you can watch it and look at it over time, back test on it. So ICT works, even though it's been a long time I traded it, but I still have an idea of what I trade. That's one thing about skills. It doesn't matter how long you use it, but it will still be there. You just have to sharpen it, right? So this is smart money perspective. I won the trade. I took ICT perspective. I won the trade. So everything works. Depends on how you are able to read price. It all works. So I'm going to go into to show you the conversation I had on EURJPY with my student, right? So that you can see that I did take the trade, right? So this is EURJPY trade, right? This is before the entry right there. This is before the entry, and this is it right there. You can see this is my MT4 execution. You can see this MT5 execution right there. You can also see like my final target right there, right on the trading view platform. And this is my final target on the MT4 platform, which I closed 2 positions. I had 3 positions on it with proper risk management, giving me what I closed 2 positions at 13R. This is the whole movement, right? So this is what you have, and this is the conversation you see about EURJPY. You can see right there. What did I tell them? This is EURJPY trade, now marking out lower time frame structure within a POI. Next thing we have is what? For so many reasons, we didn't consider a sell until a new low is formed. Where is the low I'm looking for? I want this high to be run before I look for a new low, right? Again, I asked them, can anyone tell me the first thing you look for on chart when you're about to start trading for the day? We want to see a range market. So when the new low was formed, that is when I know that I'm supposed to get involved. Now let's go back into the chart. This is all you want to see. This is how you want to read price on your own terms, not just following blindly other blocks, right? I am not following other blocks. I'm just following price. Where exactly can price trade into, right? And this is the whole trade I had for today with MT4 backups, right? I won't come into the group and send you trade I don't take. I won't use the replay tool for you because I want you to subscribe to my programs. I don't offer signal services, but I'm going to teach you what you need to know, right? So this is the trade right there. You can see brilliant trade, which is enough for me to be okay for the week, right? A 13% gain is enough for me for the week, right? Good luck. I hope you enjoyed this video. You can go back to backtest on your own to work on it on your own. Good luck and God bless you all.